BooksAreCool. Today I bring you a very special tag. It is known as the Doctor Who book tag. I found this tag the other day and I knew that as soon as I had the opportunity to film this, I was going to, because I love books and I love Doctor Who, so how can I not do the Doctor Who book tag? So in honor of this tag, I am all decked out in my Doctor Who gear. I got my new wibbly wobbly tiny wimey shirt I got for my birthday from my awesome friends. I have my case, my awesome case, phone case, my 9 case. It's awesome. I have my sonic screwdriver, which the sound doesn't work because I don't know why. And finally, I have my little Doctor Who figurines. Dalek, the Cyberman that my other awesome friend got me for my birthday. It moves. The Cyberman doesn't do anything. So without further ado, let's begin the Doctor Who book tag. The way this book tag goes is for each of the Doctors, you choose a book on the category that the curator made up. So the first Doctor, your favorite first book in a series. This topic is super difficult for me because I read so many series and I have so many favorite first books. But I ended up choosing one book, which I really ended up loving. Under the Never Sky. This series, my God, I love this series, and then this book. I actually think this is the best book of the whole entire series. And it rivals like The Lightning Thief and City of Bones for me. So I really love it, and if you have not read this series, you really should give it a try because it's amazing. It's fantasy and sci-fi, and the world that's in it is just amazing. And then there's a ship, and it's just hardcore shipping for that ship. It's just, I don't even know what to tell you. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. The second Doctor. You have to choose your favorite sequel. My favorite, okay, if you follow me on Instagram, a while ago I did a challenge, a 30-day challenge, and one of the days was your favorite sequel. This, I explained on there that this was really hard for me because a lot of times I hate the sequels. They suck and they're just not as good as the first one, and then usually the next one brings it up. Like, I don't really like City of Ashes. I'm sorry people who do, but it was just kind of boring for me. I couldn't even get through it when I reread it. Insurgent, when it wasn't as good as Divergent. And yeah, a lot of times they're just not that great. So this was really hard for me to pick. In the long run, I ended up picking the Son of Neptune. I hope that my Son of Neptune copy would be here by the time I made this video, but it's not. Just enjoy this lovely picture right here of Son of Neptune. Son of Neptune is really my favorite sequel. I'm going with it as a sequel to The Lost Hero, and I'm not going with it in relation to the Percy Jackson the Olympian, so it is a sequel. The Lost Hero, I liked it, but then I was like, who the hell are all these people? Where's Percy? And then obviously Percy's in the Son of Neptune because he is the Son of Neptune. So, and I just love that a lot more than the Lost Hero. The third Doctor, your favorite trilogy. This, once again, is very hard for me because I read a lot of trilogies. Hunger Games, Divergent, and just so many other trilogies. So I really had to think. But in the end, I picked The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Sadly, I don't have Clockwork Prince, but I'm in the works on getting that. But I love this trilogy. It is really my favorite one. There's so much fangirl and action and more fangirling and feels. I don't know. This series, I love Cassandra Clare, and I love this trilogy. The fourth Doctor, a book with a colorful cover, because you know how he has a colorful scarf, so a book with a colorful cover. I've chosen The House of Hades. I don't really know how you can get more colorful than this cover. Like, just look at all the red and the blue and the white at the bottom and the purple at the top and then the yellow and then like the blue lettering. It's just so colorful. So many different colors. It's not rainbow colorful, but it's just so many different colors in it. The fifth Doctor, a book featuring sports. Like probably the rest of you booktubers, I'm not really that into sports, so I don't read books about sports. But I ended up choosing a book with a sport in it. I've chosen Throne of Glass by Sarah Jane Maas. I'm counting the champion tournament thing as a sport, and assassination as a sport. So it has the sport of the champion thing and assassination in it. Throne of Glass. Yeah. The Sixth Doctor, a book featuring a dark and powerful villain. This was kind of hard for me because, I mean, there's villains in a bunch of books I read, obviously, and dark and powerful, but I wanted to choose the best one. And then I realized I didn't have the book, and I really wanted to show you the book. So I had to go with second guesses. And then I didn't want to double up on books, so we're going to go with City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This guy right here. I'm not going with Jonathan, I'm going with Sebastian, the evil one. He is dark because he has demon inside of him, and he's powerful because of the Mortal Cup thing. And yeah. Seventh Doctor, your favorite adult or dark book. This one was super difficult for me because I don't read adult novels or really dark books. So I was like, do I even have a book to show you? And then I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I have one. Moon Called by Patricia Briggs is part of the Mercy Thompson series. I wouldn't exactly classify this as young adult. If it is, I didn't know, and I thought it more of an adult book. Because, I mean, just like look at the cover. Like, and it's in the small format, and that's usually how adult books are in. Yeah. So this is my favorite adult book because I just loved it. It's supernatural. Yeah. She's a skinwalker, and she's a skinwalker who turns into a coyote. And then there's werewolves and there's vampires. And I just really love this book. It's the first one of the Mercy Thompson series, so there's like a lot more. I haven't gotten around to reading them, even though I have like the next 3 in ebook format, but yeah. Favorite adult book. Eighth Doctor, favorite romance/romantic book. This one I thought about first. I'm like, do I read a lot of romance? And then I thought of all my contemporary books I've been getting into. So I chose The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. I love this book. I read it in one day. Like 24 hours, I mean. Like I started reading one night before I went to bed. And then the next day I read it again before I went to bed. 24 hours. I read it in 24 hours. It is amazing and such a great love story that happens in like 24 hours. I love it. And it was amazing. I don't really know what else to say. Just if you have not read this book, pick it up. It's amazing. It's the book with the beautiful cover on it. And it's very romancy and contemporary. The Eighth Doctor, a book you wish you could forget you could read. I kind of get the feeling from this one you're supposed to choose a book that like you shouldn't have read because you saw something and it scarred you for life or something, but I'm just gonna say for this, I'm just choosing a book that I absolutely hated and wish I could erase from my memory. I am sorry for people who like this book. I really am. I hated it. Or the series. The Kane Chronicles by Rick Riordan. Okay, story time.
I read Percy Jackson, obviously, and I loved it. And then the Egyptian series, I'm like, oh my god, another series! So I borrowed the books from my friends. I read The Red Pyramid. It's okay. I mean, it's definitely not as good as Percy Jackson, like, never. And then I read the next one. I can't even remember what the second one's called. Oh, Throne of Fire? Something like that? I don't know. I read it. I couldn't even finish the book. That's how bad it got. I had to give it back to my friend. I'm like, I'm sorry, I cannot finish this book. I just had it for like over a month, I think.
So, I really wish I could erase the Kane Chronicles from my mind. Once again, sorry for those who like it, but we all have our own opinion. The Ninth Doctor, a book that made you pick up a this just kind of made me pick up a certain genre. Not again, because I hadn't really read this genre before. But I'm going to go with Panic by Lauren Oliver. This is a contemporary read. I think it's contemporary. I can categorize it as contemporary. But this was like my first contemporary book, or at least one of them anyway. And this book really got me kicked into contemporary reading. Like, it just did. 'Cause prior to this, I was reading fantasy books and sci-fi and stuff. And then, after this, I just got so many other books. Like this, I got the Statistical Probability of Falling in Love at First Sight. I got Anna and the French Kiss, and I really want to read the rest of those. I just got stuff kind of outside my comfort zone. The 10th Doctor, your favorite super hyped book. Okay, for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or so, maybe 3 weeks, I've heard on Instagram and like everywhere so many things about this certain series. And I was like, I never read that, but it looks really good, so maybe I'll give it a try. And then, so that's why I categorize as super hype, because like everybody's talking about it, everybody has read it, and if they haven't read it, they want to read it. It's Anna and the French Kiss. I love this book. I just finished it, I think, like 2.5 hours ago. Oh my, I will make a review video for this after the one for Throne of Glass. But, oh my god, this book, it so lives up to the hype. A lot of times there's some books that I read and I don't understand what the point of them is, because people are like, oh my god, it's the best book ever, and then it's not. But this book, it so is, and just is. So my favorite hyped book, this one. The 11th Doctor, because we all know he's a 5-year-old, your favorite children's book or middle grade book. For this, I had to choose Warriors by Aaron Hunter. I still love, even though I'm 18, I still love this series. And I almost bought the newest Super Edition when I was at Barnes & Noble, but I sacrificed it for my other books. I am going to get it though. I love this series. I talked about it before, so I'm not really going to say much about it, but this will always be my favorite series of middle. I think they're more middle grade. So this will always be my favorite middle grade book forever. Even when I'm 50 years old or 100, if I live to 100. Warriors. And the last one, because of course, the 12th Doctor. He's our new one. We've seen him in 2 episodes so far. Maybe 3 if I don't upload this by Saturday. For him, we choose our most anticipated new release. Okay, prior to this, in my newbie tag, I talked about the Dark Artifices. Now, after I found out something, that is not my most anticipated new release. There is one book I am going to die until I get now. You want to know what it is? Maximum Ride Forever. If you didn't know, James Patterson is making a new Maximum Ride book called Maximum Ride Forever. It comes out in January of next year, and it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. I love that series. Because facts, I love facts. Oh my god. I'm gonna go briefly. So I already talked about this in my Barnes & Noble video. I was at Barnes & Noble, I see a little tab thing, it says, Max is back, and I'm like, what the heck? And then, yeah. But I cannot wait for that book. I'm seriously gonna die until I get that book. I'm just dying. I mean, I don't think I felt this way about any book. Well, maybe City of Heavenly Fire. But I'm just dying. I'm dying here. The day that book comes out, I am just gonna be like, oh my god! So this has been the Doctor Who book tag. I hope you liked this video, and I tag all of you Whovians out there to do this, because I don't know who to tag of my subscribers yet. So I tag all you Whovians. Go do this tag. If you're Whovian, do this tag. Please like this video if you liked it, obviously, and please comment about Doctor Who or whatever. I'll talk to you about Doctor Who. I don't even care. Even if it's about the newest episode, I'll talk to you about it. Just comment. I will. Or about any of these books I showed you. Or if you're super excited for Maximum Ride, comment on that too. And if you really like this video, please subscribe to me. Next up, I'll be having my Throne of Glass review, and now my Anna and the French Kiss review. Well, thanks for watching, and allons-y!
Hello, but God, what is wrong with the lighting? So just enjoy this. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, dark and powerful. Hold on, so let me fire. Skinwalker. Is he a Skinwalker? I think she's a Skinwalker. Oh, there's a map in here. What the heck is it? There's a map. I didn't know that. Tanae, my love. I love it, Tanae. You're so lovely. So for him, we get to choose our most anticipated new read. No, that's not right. I need my facts. I need to know who the freaking voice is. That's what I need to know. Like, who is it? It's not Jeb. I'm not believing it's Angel. It is not Angel because it's not Angel. It is not Angel. And I need it so bad. I need it. James Madison. Make it come out right now. Allons-y. Oh wow, that sucked. That really sucked. Allons-y. I'm doing Allons-y with 11 screwdriver. Is my Dalek? Like, look at him. I named him Rusty after the Dalek from that last episode. Look at him, he's a big Dalek. See, his little plunger thing moves, and his gun thing, it moves too, and then his eye stalk moves. And I just found this out, look, his head moves too. People assume that time is a strictly progression of cause and effect.